Hello and welcome to the Fit Executive Show. Your host, Arnie Wildner, lost 50 pounds himself before helping hundreds of other entrepreneurs and executives sustainably lose weight and take charge of their health. In the Fit Executive Show, you'll learn field-tested weight loss strategies and how to effectively juggle your successful life and staying fit at the same time. Please welcome your host, Arnie Wildner.
Hello, guten Tag, guten Nachmittag, and welcome back to the Fit Executive Show. I'm Grace. This is Arnie Wildner.
That's right. Hello and guten Tag. I like that one. That is like an homage to my German heritage here.
Yeah, and we're back. We've been gone for a while. We haven't been doing this. Unfortunately,
Our business has
exploded.
doubled, tripled?
Yeah, something like that. But we have a larger team now. We have been hiring, and training.
There was a good reason, is what she said.
Yes, yeah. In a great way, we've been busy, but not too busy. I feel like I'm personally working less because we have hired such amazing teammates.
Phenomenal A players. Shout outs to Coach John, Coach Suzanne, not Coach
Diogo, Angie, or Angelica. We are super thrilled to have these people on our team right now. But the thing is, I have so much respect now for people who do a podcast week after week after week, especially if it's not their main source of income. Unless you're, Dak Shepard or Stephen Bartlett, you're probably not making millions off of your podcast, but there are people who still do it week after week. So I have mad respect for them. Obviously, there are many benefits to staying consistent with the podcast. Eventually reach your audience, keep people interested. But it to be honest has fallen onto the back burner because we've had other more pressing things to deal with. I'm not mad at it. We have a good reason, but I'd love to be back. I really enjoyed this format. And I enjoyed chatting with you on the mic.
Yes, fantastic. What else is new? I got a new tattoo.
Show it. If anyone's watching, we always put the video up. If you're listening on Spotify, you can probably watch.
So it says Tutto passa. And it means everything passes. So please enjoy the moment. We only have one life and one body to live it in. But then we also had a fantastic summer. My family was over here.
Oh, this chair is super loud. Sorry to everybody who hears our chair.
Come on, it's my chair. I love it this way. It has character. No, but we've had my family coming over from Germany. We've had friends visiting from Germany. We hired a new mentor who's helping us with our systems and improving the client experience. And
our
also
son turned 1.
Son turned 1, yes.
He is a full-on toddler.
Our dog threw up twice because he ate a corn cob that he found at the cottage.
Life update.
So, major life update.
So, now that we've given the life update, what are we talking about today?
So today we're going to talk about how I would lose 50 pounds if I had to start today. Now that I'm a business owner, now that I'm a father, and I'm in my 40s. I'm in a completely different life situation as I was when I
lost the 50 pounds.
Lost the 50 pounds back in, I think it was 2012. And I was a brand ambassador for 5 German breweries. Amazing job, but not the healthiest industry.
Yeah, craft beer industry is really hardcore when it comes to trying to lose weight.
Beautiful, passionate people, beautiful. Well, I was always around food, and
beer.
The German beer is also not too bad, to be honest.
So you had some challenges, but I think these are different challenges than what our clients face,
back then I was constantly on the road. So now many of our clients are constantly on the road. True. We only work with business owners, executives. It really depends. Many of them have their commutes, right? So we have many clients all over Canada, and they sometimes live in remote places. So this daily commute can be offsetting, but we know that that this lack of structure is always or not always, but often a recurring theme. So I did have that back then. However, my challenges now are that I have these competing priorities in life.
My gosh, yeah, which all of our clients have, where you have the kids, you have the wife.
Absolutely.
Or the partner.
Absolutely.
You have the home. I mean, there's always like a massive list when you're a homeowner.
You have a business to grow. You have the next project, the next deadline.
You want to volunteer, coach your kids' soccer team.
Exactly, charity. You just have so many different priorities in life. Making money, taking care of your family, paying salaries, paying taxes, right? Yeah. So all of this stuff is now on my plate too. Yeah. And
it would make the weight loss process a bit different. So let's start from the start. So let's put you in the shoes of somebody who wants to lose 50 pounds. And
with the knowledge that I do have now.
Yeah, with the knowledge you have now. And also you've gained a lot of knowledge from doing it with your clientele.
Absolutely, yes,
so
absolutely.
6 years of coaching clients through that process. And let's say for an example starting point, we'll put you in the shoes of someone who didn't just gain that weight suddenly, like, in COVID or something, but they gained the weight over a period of 10 years, 20 years. So you've slowly gained weight, and it's not like you changed one thing. Like some people say, I quit smoking, and then within a year I gained 20 pounds. It's like it was a slow trajectory.
This is also a very common scenario that we see among our clients, that they used to be former athletes, and now that they run a business and their hormonal situation has changed in their 40s, 50s, 60s, right? So they gained the weight slowly over the years, and they all of a sudden see themselves in the mirror or on some picture where they're like, hey, this is not me, right? So so this is a very, very good intro so far.
Starting point.
So the starting point, 50 pounds, too much belly fat, unhappy with what you see in the mirror when you take your shirts off, at the pool, in the bedroom, not the same level of confidence and energy that you used to have when you were younger, with a fit body, pain-free and stuff like that. So the very first step that you need to take, or that I would take if I were in those shoes, is to set a very clear goal. Without a goal, those are the basics, right? So, but without a goal that is clearly defined, it's probably not going to work out very well if you don't have a North Star to head towards.
Yeah, this is a good one. And then also not only working, I don't know if you were going to say this, but not only working towards a specific goal, but working backwards from that goal, like what we do. So essentially with the business, I've never lost 50 pounds myself. I can only talk about this kind of goal thing in terms of scaling a business. But we set goals, and then we look at the actual data that has brought us to where we are today. And then we backtrack from that point. So we're like, okay, within 3 months we want to make X amount of revenue. We need to divide that amount of revenue by 3 first of all, to have a monthly goal. So you have to chunk it into smaller goals. What I'm trying to say is you got to work backwards from the goal and break it down into like more weekly and then like more granular.
We're going to talk about all of that. Yes, but the thing is, set a realistic goal, but also set a, like, what is achievable in 3 months. Most of our clients lose around 15 to 25 pounds in the first 90 days of working with us. However, the real goal for us with them is not to see some number on the scale. The goal is to set up the system that they can then operate by themselves. The goal is for them to become their own coach and to know their body inside and outside, become the CEO of their body. However, when I talk about a realistic goal, don't try to lose it all in one day, what has accumulated over years and decades. Don't do that shit. But you do want to have a high bar to jump over. Like, no one ever has gotten inspired by a small goal. Okay?
So true, yeah.
So set the bar high for yourself. And for men, this might be, hey, I want to see my abs again. I want to do pull-ups. I want to do, like, be the strongest version, be as strong or even stronger than I was in my 20s or 30s. Not just get this, I just want to be healthy again, right? So yes, obviously that's a byproduct, but this is so unsexy. And if your mind isn't inspired by this goal, then it's not gonna turn you on long term. There will be obstacles along the way. So you want to have a big goal that really excites you, that lights you up, that also feels like you have to stretch for it to reach it, right? This is how we grow, and this is what made you successful in your business. This is what made you successful in other areas of your life.
Yeah, you didn't say like, I kind of want to have an okay house
or an okay wife, or you know, like, you want to have the most beautiful wife that has her values in place, that
is a great mother to your children.
Great mother, exactly, great genes. And for your business, it's also like,
I kind of want to break even.
I want to break even this year, right? No, you want to have a profit, right, at the end of the day. So you gotta have a goal that inspires you, and then The second step is you want to have a very strong why.
And we've talked about this a lot before.
We've talked because it is such an underlying success factor. We always have our clients in the beginning write out their success manifesto where we set goals with them, where we come clear about their why. Because if only the rational brain is turned on, right? I want to get healthier. Then, no. If you're like, I want to have better sex, I want to walk into the room with more confidence, no matter if it's my friend's house when they invite us over for dinner, or if it's on the golf course, if it's on the tennis course, the boardroom, the bedroom, the pool, wherever it is, I want to inspire others with my transformation, right?
So it's like we were at the cottage of some friends this weekend, and then you were on you guys were cliff jumping. You were jumping off a rock, whatever.
Oh,
and then everyone said oh my gosh, Arne is so ripped. And it's like you want people to be saying that about you. Maybe that's a goal. Maybe you've always been in the position where you're like, I look kind of okay with my shirt off at the cottage, and oh yeah, well my buddy's got way bigger beer belly than me, so I'm not that unfit. Most of our clients come into the program like that. They're like, I'm not necessarily so unfit that I'm the biggest one, but I kind of want everyone to say when I take my shirt off, oh my God, Arne's so ripped.
Don't fall into this average trap that society wants you to.
My doctor said my blood work's great.
It's normal. No, they don't say they don't say it's great. It's normal. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing to worry about.
Nothing exactly. They wait until shit happens. No, but this is not the point of this. But you do want to back up your goals
with an emotional why.
Strong why that goes deeper, because you will have conflicting priorities at some points. There will be calls that go over the time that was set for those calls and then are you gonna skip your workout? Are you gonna find a solution? When someone gets has a setback in their life, like a bump in the roads, a change in their schedules, a flight comes home late, are they still gonna show up or not? This comes down to this, the intensity of your why, the size of your why. If your why is bigger than the why not, then you're gonna do it. If not, then crickets, nothing's gonna happen, and you will always do one step forward, two steps back, one step forward, two steps back. So you want to be aware of your
think
why.
Of the why, think of situations with your children. I'll just put it from a mom's perspective. When I have a question about okay, I have meetings, they go late, I have a lot going on, whatever it is. The team runs in, I'm managing our team, right? So there are always going to be questions or issues, or people can't get in, or they need help with something, or whatever. But when it comes to my son, I have such a big why there, such a big reason. It's an emotional thing where it's there is nothing that could stop me from picking my kid up from daycare. But I'm not going to leave him there, past closing time or whatever because something went late. You have to be that emotional about your transformation journey where it's it doesn't matter what happens. If I'm in a meeting with anybody, could even be the most important person in the world, I'm going to say, I've got to go in 5 minutes to pick up my son from daycare. And that's exactly how you have to be with your fitness and be I have a really important appointment on the calendar in 30 minutes.
Which is with
yourself at the gym, or
a
walk you're going to take, or you're going to go grocery shopping for your family so that you don't have to rely on meal delivery, whatever it is. And you will say to the person, hey, I only have 30 minutes because I have to go get my son at daycare. I only have 30 minutes because I have an important appointment. You don't have to say with yourself. Anyway, so that's what I think about. I think of how emotional my why is when it comes to my son. And for all of you with children, you know exactly what I mean. If you told your son you're going to be at his hockey game and a meeting is starting to go late, you are going to tell them, hey, I have to leave at 5 for my son's hockey game. It's no question, right?
It really is about yourself, and you want to keep those promises that you made to yourself. Otherwise, you will feel like a loser, and you will lose your confidence.
And you'll look like a loser too.
You will, that's for another day. But no,
it's not funny, but
it's actually not. But no, you wanna show up for yourself. You want to show up for your future self, and a very strong why will help you to make the right decisions in those moments of impact where you're at the fork on the road. Do I eat the cake or do I not eat the cake, right? Or do I prepare my own meal? If you don't have a strong why, you will always follow the path of the least resistance. And then next year you will still be in the same spot or worse. So ask yourself, are you fine with that? Okay.
Okay, so now number 3. So we had number 1, clear goal. Number 2, get clear on your why. And number 3,
it's assessing where you are right now. So
get honest with yourself.
Get honest with yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where is your body right now, right? So I highly recommend doing blood work where you look at your testosterone levels, your cortisol levels, your thyroid hormones. Where's your heart health at, like cholesterol levels, ApoB? Where is your gut health, your brain health, right? So you want to understand your body from the inside out. You wouldn't, like, imagine you hire a consultant, right? And they didn't check your business, like understand it better than you do, basically. Then how can you trust that consultant, right? And so you want to understand your body on another level, and you need to kind of it might be painful to see where you're at and that you're not in the best shape of your life, but you want to be honest with yourself and you want to have facts to work with instead of the guesswork, right? So you also want to understand, are there any nutrients lacking? Is your body missing anything, right? What's going on under the hood?
Yeah, so and most people, like, their doctor will say they're running an extensive blood panel, but our clients will send us that and we're like, wait a sec, all kinds of things are missing here, even though the doctor said we checked everything, we went above and beyond. And I know a lot of people don't have time to go to some functional health clinic or whatever. In the US, they have Pronovo, you can pay like thousands for these like MRI scans and all this You may not have time for that, and you may be in a remote area, like a lot of our clients are, but everyone who works with us, they get access to our world-class, let's say lab connection, where we have mobile phlebotomists that will come to your home, draw your blood, takes 5 minutes, and then the coaching team will receive the results. And actually, another thing I wanted to say, the consultant's example was phenomenal, where it's like you hire a consultant to help expand your business to a new market, right? And if they don't ask questions like, oh, let's look at the balance sheet from the last time you expanded to a new market, or let's look at that. If they don't ask the right questions, you're not going to trust them. Another thing that makes me not trust consultants, because we've worked with many consultants on the business side.
You don't trust consultants in general?
No, certain consultants. Okay, let me put it this way. Another red flag when I start working with a consultant or a marketing agency as a COO is when they haven't helped people get to my desired outcome. Let's talk about this. Your doctor, in a similar situation. So your doctor may have a gut himself or herself, may not look that great. Some doctors, you look at them, you're like, you often don't really think about it, but think of what your doctor looks like. Do they have a six-pack? Are they super fit? Do they make time for the things they love, their family? Do they look healthy? Are they happy? Or are they stressed, overworked, overweight, unhealthy looking? Think about it, okay? And if they haven't, maybe you have one of the super fit doctors out there. I only know one who, at my gym, there's a really fit guy, and he's like a pediatric doctor, whatever, but I've never seen any other doctors that are that fit. Whatever, back to the point. Point is, you want to work with someone who's helped people get to your desired outcome, and ask yourself, has your doctor helped people you are a high performer. If you're listening to this, you own a business, or you run a department, or you're in a high management position, and you've achieved a lot of success in your life. Does your doctor deal with people like this on a day-to-day basis, or does your doctor deal with people who are coming in complaining about their back pain or whatever it is? And yes, I feel bad for those people. Or are they just dealing with complainers all day for the most part? And that's the thing with a consultant. I always ask in any sort of triage call when we're deciding if we're going to work with a marketing agency or a consulting firm or whatever, I always ask them, like, what are the results you've gotten for past clients in our niche? Because we are an online fitness coaching business, right? So that is a very niche thing where it's like you can't run any ad because the ads they're specific, I always ask for case studies of people who've been in similar situation to us and how big they've scaled or what they've achieved with that business. So you would want to work with someone potentially like us, shameless plug, that has helped people who are high achievers in your situation reach their desired outcome. So you want someone like that looking at your blood work, right? Not your doctor. Okay, that's it. Mic drop, done.
Bam.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But it's important that the person who's looking at your blood work and who's running your blood work has dealt with high achievers who want like the top upper echelon of results. Yeah,
for us, normal and being what the doctor calls normal and healthy doesn't necessarily mean optimized. Okay?
Unfortunately, it is very unfortunate.
For a thriving body, health, fitness, longevity, health span, right? You want optimized biomarkers and not just, oh, you're not sick yet, right? Oh, congratulations, applause. So,
you don't have diabetes. Amazing.
Yeah.
See you next year.
Then next step number 4 that I would take is set up the plan, right? At the end of the day, goals are good, but as James Clear said, you're not rising to the level of your goals, you're falling back to the levels of your system, okay? So you want to create a system in 4 different areas. So you want to look at your nutrition design system. We use the 5S executive nutrition design system to help our clients to hit their goal physique, make it come true. The 5 S's are like a combination lock: speed and simplicity, satiety, so feeling full and satisfied, social flexibility, and then it also needs to be super tasty. So all 5 S's need to be in place in order for it to become a sustainable solution. We should add flexibility to it too, but this is those boxes need to be checked when you set up your nutrition. Obviously, it's about calories. Obviously, the right amount of protein will make life so much easier and when it comes to hitting your goals
and staying full.
But then also you want to look at the how. How do I implement all of that? What meals do I actually eat on a regular basis? What do I need my family to understand, or whoever cooks the meals in your house, how they can support you? So your environment design plays a big role.
And where am I? Am I in an airport? Am I flying to whatever city every week?
You want to have solutions for the recurring situations in your life that are tasty, satisfying, and so on and so forth. Okay, so all 5 boxes need to be checked. So that's the first area, your nutrition. Abs are made in the kitchen. Okay, forget about the hour-long workouts. Our clients work out 2, 3, maximum 4 times. I have a couple of crazy ones in a good way who want to work out every day, but I'm not
That's
stopping
so not
that.
necessary.
But then it is technically not necessary.
No, I just mean in order to reach your goals. That's wonderful.
For them, it is necessary. They argue about their mental health and they need it as a stress valve. I get it, totally get it.
Yeah, but if you work with us, it's not required that you work out every day.
We use the Pareto performance system, and whoever doesn't know Pareto, Wilfredo Pareto, he's the inventor, or like not the inventor, he didn't invent it, the universe invented it, but he discovered the 80-20 rule. Okay, so 20% of your inputs determine 80% of your outputs. So you want to have a time efficient workout system that matches your schedule, also matches your anatomy, matches your goals, obviously, matches your equipment that you have access to. So this is all part of your system. And then when nutrition and exercise are your workhorses, right? They get the job done. They wear the hard hats. Stress and sleep are your gatekeepers. You can have the best workhorses in the world. If the gates are closed, you're not getting the ROI that you're looking for from the effort that you put into your nutrition and the training. So
great metaphor.
You want to optimize your stress resiliency. What we do is we look at our clients' HRV, the heart rate variability. We use an Aura ring like this one. Here's also my wedding ring.
Double purpose. I didn't have to buy him a wedding ring because he said, I want to wear the Aura ring as my wedding ring.
Rincon Ultra Human Ring. There's a couple of health trackers out there that are good at measuring your HRV. I wouldn't necessarily recommend an Apple Watch like the Garmin watches.
Well, because some people don't like wearing them when they sleep.
That's one thing, but they also they only use snapshots, so they only use like 15 to 30 minutes snapshots. So every 15 or 30 minutes they
check your HRV.
Check your HRV. This is not very precise. So you want a constant heart monitoring and assess your HRV. This is basically giving us an insight. Are you in what's called the fight or flight mode, or is your nervous system
able to regulate?
In the rest, digest, and repair mode. So we want you to be in a hormonally adaptable state, and this is what the HRV tells us. Okay, and then we can put protocols and practices into place to optimize those metrics. Okay, same goes for your sleep. many of our clients only sleep
6-7
hours per night, which is technically not ideal, but we make sure that they get around 60 to 90 minutes or more of the deep sleep phase in, and the same amount of REM sleep. So they wake up refreshed, they wake up recovered from life, from work, from their exercises. They wake up in a hormonally adaptable state, and they maintain their edge and the focus throughout the day.
Yeah, so our coaching team is obsessed with checking this and with tracking this and
we
optimizing it.
So those are the 4 areas that get delegated to us and that we constantly optimize and monitor based on the data that we collect and based on the feedback that you give us, right? So, but you want to have a system for all 4 areas. That's what I'm saying here.
Because again, repeat that metaphor that you had. You have the workhorses, which are the nutrition and the exercise.
Exactly.
But the gatekeepers are the stress and the sleep. And if the gate is closed, it doesn't matter how strong your horses are. So there are people out there who are like, I go to the gym 5 days a week and push myself, and I do Orange Theory and all that. And
the 75 hard. And 5 days a week.
And I give up alcohol 7 days a week, and I give up alcohol completely, and I don't eat carbs on Wednesdays or some crazy or every day, whatever. Anyway, they have this, and then they're still looking in the mirror, and they don't look how they should look with all of that input, because potentially their sleep or their stress is not optimized. A myriad of reasons could be.
Many of them don't even know it yet, right? So they think, I'm putting in so much work, I'm putting in so much effort and time and energy.
Why don't I look like ripped?
Yes, I don't get any return on my investment, so
must be my genetics.
I can just quit.
No, I'm just old.
No, maybe you were looking at the wrong things. So that was you, and then you do want to have someone on your team who's done it before. Ideally, you want to create an environment that makes it hard to fail. Okay, so that means thinking about accountability buddy. Hint, shouldn't be your wife.
I was about to say, ask your wife to text you on a WhatsApp each night. Oh my gosh. Backstory. This is an inside joke that me and Artie have. Because obviously, like when we first started, let's just back it up when we first started. We, it is much more difficult.
When we started our business back in Germany, a couple of years ago.
So,
hundreds of transformations ago.
Okay, so we had a game plan call with a potential client who was interested. We actually met him at a pub. This should have been the first red flag. So anyway, he's a business owner. He owns
that we were at a pub.
Mario Gavnitska.
Maybe that was a red flag for him. So. But
No. Anyway, the whole thing went bottom up. But so what happened was we met a guy. And he was like, I want to lose weight. I own a janitorial company. Like ideal client, business owner, busy, stressed. On the verge of a heart attack from stress, to be honest. Horrific. So anyway, we had the call with him and everything. He said, I want to do it. And then, I want to join the program. And then he backed out after, and his reason for not joining the program was because he said, for that price, his wife said, okay, for that price, you pay me that money, and I will send you a text message each night asking you what you ate each day. Yeah. So now we always say, accountability buddy, get your wife to send you a WhatsApp each night. Don't do that. Do not use your partner as an accountability buddy. Right? Because it might be like a too intimate relationship where you want to have someone on the outside, potentially.
You want to have an external person. Also ask yourself, hey, who do I ask for advice, right? If I don't see the results that I'm seeing. So you want to have a mentor basically sitting on your shoulder like a sparring partner that you can ask, you can clarify things that, out there when you watch YouTube, everybody's telling you something completely differently, right? When you buy a book, then, interesting. The last book said the complete opposite, right? Yeah. So it's and everybody has a doctor title, everybody has a big audience, and it's hard to know who to trust these days. And the thing is, most advice has some truth to it. Okay, that doesn't mean that this applies to you in your situation with your age, your genetics, your schedule, your preferences. So you want to have a customized advice.
Yeah, you want to have someone who you can go to and ask, hey, our clients come to us all the time and say, hey, I read this book and it said I should do this. And then I watched this YouTube video. But they will ask. And you'll say, okay, in your situation, let's look at this. Let's look at this study. Let's look at the reason.
The answer is oftentimes it just depends. It depends. Okay.
Yeah.
It really depends, and there are so many factors going into this. that's for another.
No, but you want to have someone
episode.
who you can ask, someone who's knowledgeable and who has experience, who you
someone
can
who's
ask.
done it before.
Yeah.
Ideally, someone who's did it themselves, and who has worked with, like, has experience with other men, women your age, in your position, with in your life situation, right? So that's what you want. You want a sparring partner. You don't want anybody to micromanage you. You want someone who checks in with you, keeps you on track, keeps you accountable, sets goals with you, then goes over those goals the next week and ask you, hey, how did you do, right? And then we always want to understand, if something's working, why is it working? If something's not working, why is it not working? And if something's not working for you, maybe it's working for other people, then it's like, okay, interesting. That's good to hear. Thank you so much for telling us. Here's alternative A, B, and C. So you want to have, you don't want to be stuck in a cookie cutter system. So for us, it's all about the optimization and the tweaks that we make as we coach you, as we get to know you better, as we get to know your body better, as we collect the data, as we collect your feedback. So this is what really matters. It's the optimization and the tweaking over time. Also, fat loss looks completely different. Fat loss and fitness in summertime than in wintertime. So the system needs to adapt to your situation.
Especially if you're in Canada.
Also, when you're on vacation, when you have, there's so many changes throughout the year.
Yeah. But I want to add something to this.
Please.
This like a tangent, a parent focused tangent. So as a mom, I often have questions and I hear things about how I should deal with certain situations. So a very concrete example of this would be, our baby is going through a phase where he's throwing all of his food off his high chair and rather than eating it. And he used to be like the most adventurous eater, and he would eat absolutely anything you put in front of him. He'd put it right in his mouth, he'd smile, and he'd eat it. And now he's throwing things off. So I have asked people about this, okay? And it is so insane how differing the opinions are. Like, okay, so basically I just discard all information from any mom whose kid is 4 years old and still a really picky eater, and I only listen to advice from one of my friends, shout out Eloise, who has the most adventurous 4-year-old eater who eats like everything, sits at the table with adults, doesn't need anything special on her plate. She eats exactly what we eat. So I asked her for advice, and her advice was completely different from all the other moms' advice. It was keep trying and keep introducing the foods that they don't like, because one day they'll just eat them, versus other moms said to me, other moms who actually have really picky eating kids, said, okay, well, you can't win all your battles. If they really like toast with cream cheese, just feed them toast with cream cheese. And I'm like, okay, so anyway, you gotta like decide who you're going to use as your coach, your accountability buddy, and say, do they have the desired result that I want?
And then ideally you want to surround yourself with
other
like winners,
with
a community of like-minded people,
moms without picky eating kids.
Other business owners who are working on the fitness,
Yeah.
who are sharing their wins with you, because what happens then is that your mind shuts up making excuses, right? So you see other men, women in a similar situation in their 40s, 50s, 60s, running businesses,
who can see their abs,
running families, who show up despite of their challenges, despite of they could make excuses, but they don't. And your mind will shut up with the excuses. Oh, but I'm the special snowflake here. I'm in a different situation. So, but I would say let's wrap it up. If you like this episode, please like, comment, share it to your network, people who need to hear this.
Yeah.
Who might want to get rid of their belly fat and leave the average behind them and look like an elite business athlete. Yeah. And that's it, I would say. If you want to learn more about us, go to fitexecutive.co. .co. And any final words?
No. Thanks for listening.
Get started. You will.
The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today.
Otherwise, you will be in the same position next year, and ask yourself, are you fine with that? Okay. So we are out, and talk soon. Bye.
Ciao.
And that's it for today's show. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us. If you want to lose weight but don't want to do it all by yourself, go to arniewildner.com/call and book an appointment for a free 15-minute phone call with us, where we'll look at your situation, your obstacles, and your goals to find out if and how we can help you.